China has become a tech superpower to rival the U.S. The country's advancing so fast that some people think that they might actually leave America behind. NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel, traveled to China as part of his show On Assignment. Richard, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us. One of the things that I found really interesting is you spoke to an American business owner who lives and works in China now, and he said to you that the future of the world is China. That he said some countries might be a little uncomfortable with that. What did you take from that? What's your impression of that saying there?
Well, he was not the only person who said that, and I would think if one impression I got in the weeks that we were in China, it is that is the message. The message is China's moment has returned. China does not see that it is going to become the world's dominant superpower. It sees itself returning to its position as the world leader. China sees the U.S. right now in a moment of turmoil, a moment of political chaos, that the U.S. is effectively wasting time, wasting its valuable position at the top of the political heap. And China sees this as an opportunity to move in, and it is investing heavily in technology, which it sees as the modern tool to position itself into a position of not just global leadership, but global preeminence. And I would say the main technology that is investing in is artificial intelligence.
Talk about that. Tell me a little bit about the AI that you witnessed over there. What are some of the things they're working on at the forefront of their AI technology?
So we all use AI to a greater or lesser extent every day with companies like Amazon and Netflix. When we buy things, the company starts to learn about us. It learns our preferences and makes connections on its own to start recommending other things we might want to watch or buy, right? Basic, simple artificial intelligence. China is trying to use this predictive power to do a lot more, and it is putting it into automated ports. We saw a port, one of the largest ports in the world. There were hardly any people there. It was just robotic cranes picking up containers, putting them onto robotic trucks, and then leading them onto other more manned trucks that are driving them around the country. But the actual port, from the unloading of the cargo to the getting it into the final destination, getting it onto the last phase of the transport, was all automated. It was a port that made no noise. They're also using artificial intelligence to track their people. So the same way Amazon or Netflix can rank your preferences, the government, the state, can use it to link together all the information that it is sucking up about you, from your social media to your financial score, your financial history, and put it together and prioritize it and assign citizens what's called a social credit score. And it is one of the most troubling developments of someone who likes privacy and values privacy. It is that the Chinese are tabulating all the information that they gather about their citizens and coming up with an aggregate number that is used to determine their reliability, their loyalty to the state, and their relative value as citizens. So it is using artificial intelligence from everything from massive commercial implications to the most personal of ranking your personal data.
Now, while you're over there, I'm sure you're mixing it up with people and you're talking to business owners, American and Chinese. What you just told me and what a lot of Americans will think when they hear what you said is, wow, that sounds scary. What are they saying about having their personal information collected and used to form a ranking system of how they sit socially within the eyes of the government?
Yeah, this social credit score system is being rolled out in nationwide. It's in experimental cities. And by the way, if your social credit score drops too low, that means you haven't been paying your debts, or you've committed a variety of petty offenses, or you hang out with other people who have low scores. That brings your score down too. If your score drops below a certain threshold, you are punished. You are denied the ability to ride on the high-speed trains or use airports during certain times of the year when you might want to go home for the holidays. So there are punishments that are associated with this social credit score. And what do people think about it? First of all, they're not being asked what they think about it. And second, there is a sense that that in China they need to sacrifice for the collective good, that they need to organize themselves if they are going to achieve their national goal of regaining to a position of global dominance. But it's hard to know where that sense of we need to sacrifice for the greater good and therefore give up some of our priorities starts, and where the concerns about privacy end, because people are not being asked, or are they free to express their opposition to this program and others like it.
Whew, okay, I'm hooked. You got me. I want to learn more. I want to know more. Of course, you're going to tell us more in a special coming up. We want to thank you, Richard Engel, for taking the time to talk to our viewers here. And you can watch On Assignment with Richard Engel on MSNBC. The episode Made in China airs this Sunday at 10 o'clock.